Hey everyone, it's Lisa. Happy Friday. I hope you had a good week and I hope that you are getting ready for Christmas. I don't think we have very much time this year in between. Sorry, of course I have hairs all over me and my trash can is moved. Anyway, I know we have less. I think we only have 3 weeks instead of 4 or something this year. So next week I'm going to get started. Matter of fact, today, well, you'll see my Christmas tree. I guess you can see it. That's one thing I've had to get used to, is I'm used to having that big screen on my webcam to look at, to see what I look like and what's behind me. And now I have this little teeny screen and I can't really see anything until it's basically too late. But anyway, you'll see my tree, and those of you that have been with me for a while know that I usually have that huge artificial tree. We have one that's, I don't know if it's 10 or 12 feet, but it will only go right in the center of the room because of the pitch of the ceiling. And with our new furniture, we could have, you know, separated it and moved it and everything, but for some reason this year I just really wanted a real tree. I wanted that smell, and I think Will and I wanted a real tree. John and Brooke wanted the other one, but we won. And we didn't get an expensive tree or anything, and we had to go buy the tree stand and the lights and all that stuff. And then I don't have it lit up, but I also, well, when I get it, I'm going to decorate it this weekend, and when I get it decorated, then you can see it. It's not anything special. I don't do any kind of award-winning trees or anything. I put on, my tree is eclectic, kind of like my house. I just put things that the kids have made, different ornaments that are special to me, and, you know, do it like that. And it just, to me, like when we were picking out the tree, I told the kids just to pick one out, and John said, well, you don't want to pick it out? I said, no, just let them pick it out, because to me all Christmas trees are pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just, I think they're pretty. Okay, so gosh, I've seen you one time. I actually did a tutorial on Monday, but it was kind of a quagmire. I could not find it on my camera, and I couldn't get it to transfer. And then John found it, but he only found half of it. I don't know if I didn't push something right or what happened. So I will try to do that again next week. It wasn't anything special. And the next one won't be either. It's just one to help me know, you know, I did do enough of it to know that I'm probably going to need to do it without my contacts in, because I could not see as well as you could. So it was funny anyway. So, and then last Saturday, you guys know I went to that Tarte event and got my makeup done. So I'm going to show you what I got from there, and I guess I'll start out with that. They did my makeup, and if you saw the picture, it was different than what I normally do, but that's, you know, that's part of the reason that you go to those events. And so, you know, you take with you what you like, and then you leave what you don't like. And I thought at the time that I liked the foundation, but when I got out in the light, and then after we went, and Brooke and I went to Ulta that day, and then we met my mom and John and Will for lunch, and I'll just say I decided I didn't like the foundation. It just got really heavy, and I'm so spoiled now to just using something really light, and, you know, the Rachel K or whatever. And so I ended up taking that foundation back. I didn't even open it. But another one that I got and tried is the one that I just watched Pixie Woo, Sam, and she was saying how much she liked this. It was one of her favorite things, and it's the Stila Illuminating Liquid Foundation in 60 watts. And this is it, and I've got it on today, and I really like it. And this is what, you know, it takes me a long time sometimes to get things. And I think one of the things that I wasn't liking about the Smashbox, the one that everybody likes, I can't remember, Skin something, all the ones that I was trying were, you know, full coverage and like long lasting. And I think I've come to the conclusion I just don't like full coverage. That is why I like the HD Makeup Forever. I really just want, well, for one thing, I use the Rachel K first, and that kind of evens out my skin tone and it cancels out the redness. So I really only need something that is going to just add the good color and tone and dimension to my skin, and that's what this does. Because when I bought it, Kelly at Ulta said, well, it was a a medium coverage. It was not a full coverage, and it's not, but it's very pretty. When you put it on, it is just like so pretty. It's not mask looking. It isn't one of those that you really have to blend in, or the color is so crazy different. You know, it's just one of those light foundations. So I'm glad I got it. And I got a sample first that day of the 50 watts and the 60 watts. And I really probably would be 55 watts. But I like to err. Some people like to err a little bit lighter. I would rather err a little bit darker. And I just think it's more of the look that I want. I would rather just be a little too dark. So along with that, and I did get these that day. And this is something that if she hadn't used these in the makeover that she did, I probably wouldn't have gotten them. And it is just, they are two wonderful brushes. The first one is this, and it's the foundation brush, and it's called the Buffer Airbrush Finished Bamboo Foundation Brush. This brush is just beautiful for liquid foundation. You can see I've used it a lot. It just spreads your foundation. I've tried it several different ways, and what I've been doing is just putting the foundation on the back of my hand and then dotting in and kind of like dotting it around. And I did not even bring it out here, but I had also ordered the Sigma F80, and I already had the Sedona lace that is basically the same thing, but I'd given that to Brooke. And so I ordered that, and I have not even, I think I've tried it one time because I have been so thrilled with this one. I really like the way this has got a fluffier, see, it's very dense, yet still fluffy. And I just love this brush, and worth every penny. I think it was like 30 something. And I guess I don't need the box anymore. I had saved it so I could tell you the buffer. And then this little brush I probably would have never, ever, ever bought had she not used it on me. And it just felt so good. And then when I was looking at the brushes, I was talking to Kelly, and she said she loved this brush and that she got the most full coverage with this brush. And that is the truth. This one is the Airbuki Bamboo Powder Foundation Brush. And I believe this is designed to go with the Tarte mineral powder because it has that little circle, that little screen, and you're supposed to be able to put this right in there and not have to shake the powder out. But I didn't care for that powder. I had tried that a while ago just because of the color. And so I've been using this with my Laura Mercier, and oh my gosh. I mean, it is like dangerously full coverage. You really need to kind of think of it like the Clarisonic. Don't press down into the skin and then buff it like that. You kind of have to be really careful and just, I do like it for like right here where I can get, I don't have blackheads or anything, but I guess I just have the pores. And so a lot of times I'll do that just to make sure they get buffed in real good. And it's just so soft. It is a really good brush too. So those two brushes I have used for a solid week. And if they haven't been returned, that means they're good stuff because I would have returned them if I didn't like them. And so I recommend these. If you go to Ulta this weekend or Sephora, just feel them and try them. They're so nice. Okay, so I think that is all that I got that day. And no, it isn't. I got this. This is the Lorac Pro to go. And so many of you are just crazy about that Lorac Pro palette. And I still have it, and I need to get it out because I've never been that crazy about it, but I must have not used it, you know, enough to fall in love with it or something. But this one I fell in love with because you can imagine that I love that color right there. It is so pretty. It's the prettiest. Let me put it up so you can see. It's just one of those beautiful, beautiful, just purpley. It's called Mink. And it's, you know, just that purpley, taupey, gray kind of color. And then there's Kai or Chai next to it, which is a brown color, and Pearl. And then I liked these colors too. That makes a really pretty, just kind of neutral eye. And then it opens this way, and it has a bronzer and two blushes. One is the pink and one is coral. Now I used, matter of fact, I used this in that tutorial that I did Monday. And when I had not used the coral until that day, and it is very shimmery. It's more of like a NARS Orgasm, which the pink is not. The pink is matte. I prefer the pink. And the bronzer is pretty pigmented. So, and it comes with these two little brushes. I guess they look like eye brushes. And I haven't even taken the paper off. But I mean, I think that one color is really pretty, but I don't think it's worth whatever I paid for it, but I'm going to keep it because, you know, Brooke will use it, or I'll give it to my mom or something. It isn't bad enough to take back. It's just, I wouldn't run right out and get it, especially if you already have the Lorac Pro palette. That one color is just really pretty. Okay. Oh, I've got everything just thrown out here. This I bought yesterday. I used this for years. I bet I have bought 20 of them. Lash Blast Volume, the very basic one that came out before I started making YouTube videos. So it came out probably 6 or 7 years ago. And I had gotten away from it. Matter of fact, I think I had even thought that it was breaking my lashes. And in hindsight, I don't think it was. I just think I have puny lashes. And I think that I thought that because then when I used the Latisse, anyway, I don't think it did. And I think if it did, I don't think it would still be as popular as it is. So I bought it yesterday, and Brooke used it this morning, and I used it today, and this is just the best mascara. It, to me, is up there with any high-end mascara. It has that, I think it was one of the first ones that came out with this, you know, rubbery wand. And this morning when I used it, I had decided I was not going to use false lashes today. It's not that I don't love false lashes, and I do love the look. It's just sometimes I feel like I personally look better or younger or fresher or more carefree if that's what I'm going for with no lashes on. And then sometimes I feel like getting glammed up and looking housewifey, you know, as in Real Housewives, or, you know, more glammed up looking. And then I love the lashes, but for some reason I just haven't been loving them as much on me lately. And now that I can see in my videos so well, too well, it is not fun to see yourself in HD. It really isn't. But just you know, you pick yourself apart. But so I tried this today, and I did use some individual lashes. I put probably about 4 sets on each eye. Just another thing that I got when I went to Ulta yesterday, I had been told a while ago when I was talking about buying a powder to put over my makeup. This was when you know, I've been in the foundation funk lately, and it was my lights. Now that I have fixed my lights back, I don't feel, and I can even walk over after I've got my makeup done. I can still walk over to John's side where it's brighter, and I still like my makeup, but it was just the application, just seeing the tone difference between my skin and my foundation was kind of just kooking me out, and I think it was just those lights. But anyway, one of you had told me that you, and I believe it might have been Shelly, but I'm not sure, told me that you tried everything, and you just liked the good old Pure Minerals powder. And so last night when I was walking through the aisles, I saw this first, and it was marked down to $5, and it is just a blushing mocha blush, but I knew it would be a good bronzer, so I bought it, and this is what I have on today. It is beautiful. This is a really good brand. It's not very, I don't know, it's not as fun or glamorous. I mean, this brand doesn't get my attention as much, but everything I've tried, those little happy blushes with the hearts, I ended up giving those to my mom, and she uses them, and they look great on her. And like this bronzer looks beautiful. I really like it. It's dark, but so your Ulta may have it too for $5 and something. And then I remembered you saying that about this powder, and so I picked up this one, and it was the darkest one they had, and it's just beige. And 1B powder palette, multicolored pressed powder, beige. And I believe it was the darkest one. And so today I just used, for the first time by itself, I used Rachel K as my primer, and then I used the 60 watts, and instead of using like Laura Mercier, I used this with my Sephora airbrush, and I really like it. Tell me what you think, like far as I think I have just as much of a glowy finish, and it was so easy. And oh my gosh, I mean, could this be something that we could use instead of the rich vanilla or the classic beige? It was you can even see like the little powdery dust. It was very it wasn't like it was dusty all over the place, but enough came off to really make a difference and give me like some dimension in my face and everything. Keep it from looking flat. And then I went right back in with the little bronzer blush, and then I used MAC Fluor Power on my cheeks today, which is kind of like a real pretty peachy pink matte color. And I love it. And then I still did the Fix Plus with the heater. I didn't have my hairdryer out. So I think that is it that I have gotten from, no I didn't, I got one more thing from Ulta. I bought this yesterday. I was out of I had bought a little bottle of the, what is that, tanning stuff? You know what I mean, the one that everybody uses. I'll put the name down here because I don't want to, Saint Tropez, that's what it is. I bought one of these of the Saint Tropez and it lasted me forever. And the only thing I didn't like about it, I liked the mousse and I liked everything except for I felt like the Saint Tropez was turning me, it just wasn't a good color for me because I'm so yellow, and it was making me, when I would put the Saint Tropez on, I felt like I looked kind of like an Indian, or it was turning me more of the bronzy red type brown, and I just didn't feel like it looked good with my skin, and I didn't feel like it wore off very well. So I was looking at the tanners, and one of the girls came over to help me, and I noticed this one. And when I did go to the spray tan booth a couple times last year, this is what they used. So naturally it got my attention, and then they had a small little mousse, and she said that she used it and she was very yellow toned and she loved it. So I used it last night and I think that I like it. I used it kind of sparingly. And because I don't know when I'm going to be able to do a tanning video, I was going to tell you real quick what I do. And I got this method. It's nothing, you know, it's nothing that special, but it is, because it made it where I can do it. But Colleen Rothschild told me that this is the way she does it, and she uses the Saint Tropez. I went to Sally's. I got a box of the rubber gloves that fit, you know, tight. And what I do is when I get out of the shower, I dry off, of course, and I've usually used that body scrub, the Sea Booth, and so my skin is already kind of moisturized and exfoliated. And I just do a little bit at a time and use those gloves. Take my ring off and everything. Then when I get around my neck, my hands, my feet, and then in my knees and my elbows I do something different. But when I get to my feet, my neck, and my hands, I use this. And she's the one that told me she just used an old kabuki. And I had this, and you can see it has tan marks on it because I use it with my gloves. But this happened last night, and I'm sad about that. So I'm going to get John he's got all kinds of wood glue and stuff out there. But what you do is put a little bit of this, squirt it on there, and then you take this and just brush it on your feet and brush it all around your toes and, you know, your ankle, and then behind your ankle, and, you know, all around. Just brush it, and it just blends it in so smooth and so pretty. There is just a big difference. And then when I get to the end, when I get to my neck, you know, I put it on my chest. Well, I blend it on my neck, and then I put just a little bit of the tanner on it, and then I do like this, and I just blend it, you know, all over, and then I try to blend it. I've got my hair in a towel, so I try to blend it up the back of my neck and on my shoulders a little bit. I don't worry about getting my back right now because I'm not wearing anything backless. But and then I take off my gloves, throw them away, and then I put a little bit on here, and I try to just, you know, do it like this, and then I go right here to make sure that I don't have that crazy line right there. It's so much better than the spray, because I sprayed a couple, I think before last Friday, and I could see the biggest line and everything, but that's just so quick and easy. I was just doing it because of that. And then you do this, and then make sure you bend your knuckles, and then like get all in there, and then you can get in between your fingers, and it just makes the biggest difference, and it dries really quick because you spread it out so thin. And what's left, like after I do my feet, then I do my knees. And then after I do my arms and stuff, then I go over my elbows, and I just use what's left on the brush. And that way you don't get dark knees, dark elbows. And it's not, when I get through, it's not an award-winning tan. I wouldn't be ready for a, in many ways I'm not ready for a bikini contest, but it's not like it's an airbrush tan, but it's enough to get by. and enough to give you some color under your clothes and stuff. So I do think now that's all that I got at Ulta. Twee from Saks in Raleigh, she messaged me and said they had gotten in a new color of the Tom Ford, and it is flamingo. Let's see if it focuses in on that. And it is a beautiful color. It was so hard for me not to wear this today, but the girl that did my makeup said that her favorite MAC lipstick was Snob, and it made me think about Snob. And I'd been looking at a bunch of, I love following all those Ukrainian, Czech, Russian, all those models on Instagram, because they're always just, their makeup looks so pretty and their hair and everything. And they were using more of a purpley pink tone. And so today I'm very casual, just doing not a lot, so I decided to go for it and have fun today with my lipstick. But this color is beautiful. It is just the perfect color that I love. It's just that color, that pink that goes with, you can wear it with like a smoky eye, or you can make it like a statement lip. I guess it would probably depend on if you used a gloss and then what liner you used. But I would wear this with anything. I mean, the best lipsticks ever. I mean, there's just nothing like the consistency of the Tom Ford lipsticks. To me, they're just 10 times over better than the Rouge Volupte. And so I'll wear that soon with the, gosh, it would look so good with like Candy Rose liner, or even that new, I need to get that new pink Dior liner so I can compare it for you guys. And it would look good with the, not Chelsea, is that the gloss's name? Oh, I can't remember. The Buxom, Celeste. It would look good with Celeste over it, because it would just give it some more dimension. Oh, and I had someone on Instagram say to me this week that they bought the Celeste and they were disappointed because it had so much sparkle in it that when it wore off, it stayed on your lips. I hate that. But that doesn't happen to me if I put it on over a lipstick. And I never wear Celeste on its own. To me, it doesn't really have enough color, or I just never think about wearing it on its own. I always wear it over a lipstick. So try that if that has happened to you. Try it. And I put like about 2 or 3 swipes. I kind of, how you spin the wand around to get it all off of it, and then I rub my lips together. If I use too much, it gets too goopy and it makes my lipstick run out of the lines or whatever. So try that. And I have this up here just where I ran in TJ Maxx yesterday, and I decided I would just show it to you real quick. I thought it was pretty. I love pretty, like kitchen towels, tea towels, whatever you call them. And the colors in my kitchen, I have a lot of turquoise, and I have my breakfast nook is pink. I think it's called English Rose. And so I saw this and thought it was pretty. And I like these kind of thin ones. They get better and better and better as you wash them. But this one says, life is too short to not have an umbrella in your cocktail. And I just thought it was so pretty. And they had a bunch of them at TJ Maxx. And this is one more thing I wanted to show you. I got a gift in the mail this week from my friend Stephanie that lives in Texas, and I believe her YouTube name is Texas Makeup Junkie. And she sent me several things, but some of them were out of stock, so I got this one, and then some other stuff is on its way. And it's a surprise. I don't know what it is, so I'm excited. But it was some of her favorite things, and she sent me this nail polish. And when I saw it, I just thought it was a regular Deborah Lippmann nail polish. It's called Harem Silks from Bombay. And I told her I was going to use it that night on my nails. And she says, well, if you want it to be shiny, you're going to need to use this Sèche Vide. It's got a silk finish. And it didn't really register that it was going to be different. And then when I started painting my nails, I knew it was like drying like really quick, like the matte nails do. And it is the neatest nail polish. For one thing, it's the coolest color. It's not quite as vampy as, Linkin Park After Dark or something, because it's got a little bit more of that purpley burgundy tone, but it's not completely matte. It literally has a satin or silk type finish to it. It has plenty of dimension. So I put it on, and then last night I took it off and put it on again, because like all polishes like this, it is going to chip a little bit quicker. But really, dark polishes don't stay pretty on your nails very long anyway. And so last night I put a base coat on, and the first night I had done 2 coats of this. Last night I just did 1 and it was fine. So really, if you think about it, if you can just put a base coat on and slap this on, it dries quick and you only had to put on 1 coat, then it's worth doing it more because it's so easy. And so thank you very much for this. I love it. It's a really neat polish. It's something different. I was glad I got it. So I'm going to do a very, very casual outfit of the day. All I have to do today, oh, I'm so glad it's Friday. And I've seen those funny things about, you know, why do you care it's Friday? You don't work or something. And I feel like I do work. I do plenty of stuff during the day. But I just love that feeling of no homework tonight. We go, of course, eat Mexican. John's in the best mood because he didn't have to work for the weekend. It's just, I don't know, we have a good time together, and that's why I love Fridays. So anyway, I'll be right back. And okay, this is a t-shirt that I got, you guys probably remember, years ago at Forever 21, and I love graphic tees anyway, and I like the color and I like the stripes on the sleeves. And then I don't even think it's worth me moving the camera. I just have on my camo rich and skinny pants, which are some of my favorites, and good old Havaianas. So nothing special, just something casual. Just my Sheila Fajl, the squared big hoops, which are, I love these, and the favorite hoops. And I think I have them both. I think I have them both on my website. And then this is something I've had for a while, and I've hated to wear it because I wanted to get some. They sent it to me just to see if I liked it, and I loved it, and then they didn't have any, and I just got 2, and I've got to put them on my website, but they're silver, so they didn't have any more of the gold ones, but I just love this. It's like a, I don't know, it reminds me of like a sparrow or something, just a flying bird, but I like the way, I love necklaces that are kind of stationary like that. See how it's in the second necklace I have on, you guys have seen these a million times, but it's the Lisa Chavez Goldfield. It's the longest one, I can't remember, but I've had one of these before, this exact necklace, and I ended up selling it on, gosh, I'm scared. I'm always scared this thing's not recording. But I sold it on my blog because I had kind of gotten out of, I don't know, I had gone on to more of the, I don't know, chunkier jewelry. But I missed it because this is good to just layer. And when I got my wrap dresses, I love a necklace like this with a wrap. I just think that looks so pretty. And I just think they look good with, you know, a lot of different things. So that's what this is. I bought it again from Lorraine, and she is the current custom, and you can go to her channel and she has a store. And my rings, I can't quit wearing these. They're the Dean Davidson Pyramid Stack Rings. They're just, I love them. I love these rings. They're so easy to throw on. And my fragrance today is the I Love New York in the hot pink, and it's the women's. It's not the light pink one. It's the one that has more of a deeper scent. And it is beautiful here today. When I took the kids to school, it was already like 68 degrees. So that's why I have on flip-flops and a t-shirt. I just didn't feel like, I thought about wearing a dress because it's so nice, but I got a lot of in and out. I've got to go get cat food and a lot of running in and out. So I decided I would just throw on my flip-flops. So I hope this video turns out. Now that I'm using my camera, I'm so scared because I don't know what's going on until I go to edit it. And I hope that it loads. Last weekend I had the hardest time getting it to load, and I think it's because it's HD and it just takes a while, and there might have been a glitch or something. But so I hope you guys have a great weekend with your families or whatever you do, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.